All right, welcome to our webinar this month. We're going to go through really quickly how we have unleashed our new features for our mobile app platform. We're really excited to be presenting some of these features. We've worked really hard and we spent a lot of time on making sure our platform works really well for all of our users and the user experience is really great. So my name is Lassie Young. I'm the president here at IXN Tech. I also deal a lot with our the sales marketing team. If you're a current client of ours, you've probably seen me at some industry events. If or even if you're not a current client, but if you're a current client, you've probably at least talked to me on the phone at some point. So love working with our clients and presenting our products. So before I go into the new updates to the platform, I'm just going to talk a little bit about our platform. For those of you who don't know who IXN is or what we offer, um, what the enhancements that we're talking about today is to one of the platforms that we offer, which is our mobile app platform. And we believe that the future of the insurance industry is mobile, and it is there's disruption happening. There's a lot of technology improvements happening. There's a lot of people going directly to consumer, things like that with life insurance, and we believe in powering the advisor with tools like a mobile app that really allow them to sell from anywhere in a quick, easy way. So as a matter of fact, recently I was reading an article by Daniel Newman in Forbes magazine. It says it's named Top 10 Trends for Digital Transformation in 2018. And he said, disruption will continue to be an increasingly common occurrence in the next few years. And companies unable or unprepared for those changes will quickly fall to the bottom of the pack. Um, it's the life insurance industry, particularly insurance in general, is really it's it's ripe for innovation. If you've heard of InsureTech Connect, for example, this is just one example of how we see this happening. Is this conference that's gone in 3 years from 1,200 attendees to 6,000 attendees in Vegas. Been there the last couple of years, and it's staggering. The amount of money being poured into this industry and the amount of investment happening here in technology. And so we believe in empowering the agent with technology tools. One of the questions I get a lot is why build a mobile app? And it's a pretty simple answer. It's the future. The future of selling insurance in general, but we believe in life insurance as well, is mobile. There might be slightly more to that, of course. You can look at the features we offer and the tools that are there, and there's so much power behind it. Taking there's the efficiency side, there's the profitability side of being able to do things quickly and easily and not have to manage all these processes that traditionally life insurance has held on to for some reason. But ultimately it's the future. The future of selling insurance is done on the golf course. It's done in the home of the client. It's done at the beach. I'll share a quick story with you. I flew into Chicago. I was out there for a conference and I flew into the wrong airport. There was the conference or the meeting was in North Chicago, and I flew into Midway, which I believe is in South Chicago. So I had to take about an hour long Uber ride to my conference, and and not because of traffic. It was pretty far. But so I'm in this Uber, and the Uber driver was this gentleman who was he was an immigrant to this country, similar to myself, and he he told me about his family. He told me about his life a little bit, and he asked me about what I do. And I told him about our technology and how we help advisors quote life insurance on the go and much more than that. Um, and he told me that he thought life insurance was too expensive for him. I asked him if he had ever been quoted, and he said, I don't think so. And so I said, well, hey, I got my trusty mobile app here. So I pulled out my mobile app. I got a quote for him. At first, I figured out his need. So our platform has a needs analysis calculator, and I ran a quick quote for him. And to my surprise, he said, I think it was something like $500,000 for um, somewhere around $50 a month, something like that. I don't remember exactly. It was a couple of years ago, and he says, "Great, I'll buy that one." And I was like, "Man, I kind of wish I was a contracted agent right now, but I'm not." Um, so I said, "Well, I'll have a friend of mine reach out to you, and I don't know if you ever ended up buying the policy, but essentially, I could have sold it right there in that Uber." At the point of sale, close the sale. When there's interest, you've spent all this time building up and helping people understand the need for this product. It's a great product. Life insurance, everyone needs life insurance. And so you spend all this time helping people understand that and helping people see how little it costs, you know, to protect those that are most important to you. It's your Starbucks budget for the week. It's ridiculous. And so I he was ready to buy, but I couldn't sell him because I'm not a contracted agent. But that's the world. That's the future, and the future is selling anywhere. Sure, I don't think the computers are going away, but I definitely believe that you add these tools, and it enhances and it empowers your agents, um, especially with the Amazons and the Googles of the world, Apples, and these huge conglomerates that if they decide that they want to move into this space, they're going to do it swiftly and they're going to do it with technology. But we don't believe those guys are the right fit for this industry. So here at IXN, here's what we believe in. We believe that the future is in the mix. Combine your expertise with the latest mobile technology, and that's the winning solution. So on the one hand, on the left circle there, we have with technology and especially mobile, you have 24/7 support, right? Your agents can sell anywhere, anytime. Automation, so easily automate processes and things like that. Acceleration, quickly and easily do the things that they need to do. There's a lot of data behind it. You collect the data because it's all technologically advanced products that are powered by all this data in the back end. And then mobility, anywhere, anytime, right? You combine that with the experience, the support, the trust that these agents have built over the years with potential clients and clients, the knowledge that they have in the products, and then the level of service that an individual can provide versus just going online. And there's nothing, I'm not saying that there isn't a place for that. The future of buying insurance is definitely online, but we believe that the future of selling insurance still lies with the agents. And we believe that's important in that process. So, and then in the middle, when you combine those, you have this little rocket, which is the winning solution. So obviously, I'm not just talking about this stuff because it's a good idea. I'm talking about it because this is our business too. So if you're an agency, a brokerage, BGA, IMO, and you are looking to take your business mobile, you're planning on sticking around after the next 5-10 years, you should go mobile. IXN is the leading mobile provider for the life insurance industry, and we provide scalable, branded mobile solutions for life insurance brokerage. We custom brand these apps. There's agent quoting in there. There's e-ticket integration. There's a needs analysis calculator, quote actions, many more features. It's more than just a quoting platform. It's a whole platform itself where you can provide sales tools through it. You can message your agent, so a whole new way of communicating with your agent, and it's all backed by analytics and tools in the back end that you can manage and see where the value is. So what we are launching is a huge enhancement to the agent quoting piece of our mobile platform. So let's get into that, and we'll take a look at what you came here to see, or what you're watching this video for you. So the overall goal for this was to make the process more efficient, because what we're doing is we're adding more tools to the agent's fingertips in the quoting process. And so in order to do that effectively, we can't just have a ton of fields in there. We had to make the user experience better and improve it. And so the goal was to make it easy and fast to get to what you want. That's what a lot of these tools are going to be about, and that's really our process. So we start off with a sleek new look. So a lot of the input, the results. Here's the new input screen. Looks really nice, really clean. These are clickable buttons that you can use. You can click them and you can go and put in the inputs. So that's kind of the first part of it, is the sleek new look. So let me show you what that looks like when you're actually using it. So here we have the input. Here's the date of birth field. We have the gender. It's a quick toggle. Same thing with tobacco. Pretty simple, clean new look. We also enhanced the quote results. So there's a couple things that you'll notice here. If you've used our platform before, you'll probably see some things you haven't seen before. Search bar, filters, we'll get into those and what those do. You can see how many quote results. Before we didn't do that, we just listed the quote results. There's also these nice little quote cards which allow us to expand the platform. So for example, we used to just have one text line here that told you if you could do an e-ticket with this carrier. Now we've got these nice little tags, and there eventually we'll have multiple tags, and so we can have some different things here. And so it allows us to expand on the platform more. I'll show you a quick video of just kind of navigating that screen. So here's kind of the quote results as you scroll down in your user interface. This button down in the bottom right was always here, but it is changed, and we'll talk about that here in a second. So really nice, sleek new look to our platform. Alright, so next is on-the-fly carrier limiting. So this is one of the first features we added. So in our desktop solution, I forgot to mention that, part of this is our desktop, kind of our web solution, has a lot of these features. So we wanted to get those into the mobile app because they're really powerful features, and so we had to find a way to make that happen on a much smaller screen in a more efficient way. So so now when you're in the quoting process, before it was just whatever carriers the admins had selected for the mobile app. So the agencies, this is the agency's app. So whatever carriers the agency had selected, those were the ones you had to quote. You couldn't limit it. So now you have the ability, when you're selecting your products and you're running the quote. I'll show you here real quick. So here's the kind of the input screen. It's just a little further down than what you saw before. So you can see right here it says carriers. There's 8 carriers selected. And so when we click on that, that's what this is going to show us. So I click here and it takes me to the screen where it shows me all the carriers. It's kind of nice for just informational purposes as well. So you can see me turning off the carriers there and then going back. Now there's 4 carriers. So let's see that again. So let's say you just want to see which carriers are going to be the ones quoted. You can just pop over here and then pop back, a little back button at the bottom. But yeah, let's say you only really sell for a couple of those carriers, and you just want to select legal and general and protective, because those are the main carriers you as the agent pushes. You can just select those to quote. Makes it a little quicker, a little leaner. So that's the first feature that we've added to our platform. Next thing is we can now compare multiple health categories and product types. When you're comparing multiple health categories and product types, before you could just select one health category and one product type. Now you can select multiple. So you can, if you want to do a standard, a table B, a table D, and you'll notice that there's certain ones we chose to be here. You can press this button, I'll show you that in a second, where you can press this button and expand it to see all the health categories, and the same thing down on product types. But what we did was we analyzed our millions of lines of quote data, and we determined that about, I believe it was like 88% of the quotes that are run can be run with a combination of what's on the initial screen here. So most of the quotes that come through our platform, you can run with what's here. By just selecting them, and then you can of course add more to it. So here's our video showing you kind of how that works. So this is an actual app, by the way, that we just recorded the screen. So standard plus, table B, And you can see if I click view more, I've got some more options there, and then I can go down to my product types. Now this does create way more options in the quote results, of course, so we'll have some filtering to help with that. So we've worked really hard on this, and this is to make it look really nice for you guys. The last thing that we added on the input screen is the ability to add riders. So right now we just do accidental death benefit, waiver premium, and then child riders. So you can add those down here at the bottom as well when you're in the quoting process. Pretty simple. It's just some check boxes, and then you just choose a number of child riders that you want. Pretty easy. But you don't have to know the calculations. So yeah, so that's what we got so far on the input screen. Now let's go over to the quote results here. In the quote results, there's a couple different things that I mentioned here. Like, you can see how many quotes are there. You can see there's a little bit of different screen. There's these buttons up here. But oops, sorry about that. What this button does, this button used to be have the ability to change the payment mode. That feature hasn't gone away, it's just moved. So now this button, when you click this button, it's going to take you to the quote criteria. So you click the button, it pops up or comes down from the top or the bottom, we'll see in a second, and it takes you back to the quote criteria. So if you're running the quote and you're like, hey, I can't remember what state I put in, and you just need to see it. Before, you had to go back, run the quote again, and get to the quote results. So it took time. So that's the idea. We limited the amount of time it takes to just pop back and forth. So you can either run the quote again, of course, you can still do that, but you can just see it at a glance and click X and go back to where you were, which is really nice. So let's take a look at that. So here we are in the quote results. I click the little button at the bottom right. Here's my criteria. We can change it and run a new quote, or we can just click X down the bottom and it takes us back to where we were. Pretty nice. So before it was like time and steps that you had to go through to get there. Now it's just a quick little button. Next is we've added a comprehensive search to our quoting results. That's the search bar up at the top. Really excited about this. It's funny how little things like this excite me, but it makes it so easy. Because sometimes in your quote results, you might have 40 or 50 results because you've selected a bunch of options. So hey, I just want to see a few of them. So let's take a look. So for example, you're in the results here, and you're like, hey, I just want to see the Transamerica results. So you type in TRA. You don't even have to type in the whole name. And there we go, Transamerica. Now we've got all the Transamerica. Okay, now I want to see Protective here. I'm just going to type in PRO, right? So it's just going to show me Protective. If there was another one like Proactive or something was a carrier, it would probably be there as well. And then we type in AM, and we've got Emeritus. So it limits, and you can see it shows right here as we limit it. Here we started out with 35 results. We type TRA, search, and now we're down to 8. So it kind of shows you where you're at with that. Pretty nice little feature. And you'll be able to search some products and different things as well in there. Right now it's just carrier, but we'll be adding that as we go, adding more functionality to that piece. So yeah, pretty slick. Next option is the ability to change payment mode. So this was there before, but it's moved. So when you're in the quote results, you click this little button, and this is what you see. This comes down from the top. And there's some filters here. So let me show you how you do that. So here we have the quote results. We click up here, and you see how it brought it down. And you can't really see it because this thing's in the way. Let me, so as you see at the bottom, it's got 10 results. Or actually in the beginning it had more. So in the beginning it had, it still got 10 results. So that hasn't changed. But that'll change as you filter. So yeah, you can just change it from, now we're at monthly, we're going to change it to quarterly. And there we go. Now we've got our quarterly payment mode. So that feature was there before, it just moved. It's right there in the filtering option. So that's kind of a new placement. This is a new filter. So we've got health category and product type that you can filter by. So now because you can run multiple health categories and multiple product types in the same quote, it'll show which ones you ran here in the filter. So when you click filter, it'll have the options here. So if you selected them all, which is a lot, it would be quite a long list, but you can go in here and say, hey, I just want to see standard and a 15-year term. So let's show you how that works here. It's pretty slick. So, and you'll see how it narrows down the results. So right now we're at 35 results, right? So we ran a lot. There's a lot of options. We want to narrow that down a little bit. Okay, so we're going to go in here. We're going to select standard plus for 15-year term. Now we're down to 7 results. So we've kind of narrowed it down. Okay, we just want to see those, compare those. Really nice little filters there. And that all goes along with trying to make this easier, trying to make this quicker for you guys, for your agents especially. You know, when they're out there, they don't want to spend a bunch of time going back and forth waiting for screens to load. And you see how snappy it is. It's just fast to get to what you want and what you need at a glance, and that's what the future of this industry expects. So next feature here is the filtering premium slider. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited about this one. I don't know if you guys think this is as cool as I do, but essentially in the filter we've got a premium slider here. So if we see, you know, we've got premium here, and you know, it'll show you the range of the payments, of the premium payments. And so let's say they say, hey, I don't want to pay that much. Show me just ones that are in, you know, this range, so you can narrow it down. So let's take a look at how this looks. This I think this is the coolest new feature that we've added. So here we have our results, right? It's $190 a year to $285 a year are our options. So if you want to arrange it, we can go in here. You can see the slider moving. You slide the slider over with your finger. The number adjusts. So now we've got $190. So let's say they say, I don't want to pay more than $222 a year. Great, let's just show you all the results. This can come in real handy when you have a ton of results, and you just want to find a range that they're okay with paying, they're comfortable paying, and then you can just see which carriers fit in that range and hopefully help them select the best product. Let's see that again, because I'm excited about it. I remember getting giddy when I saw this. Really, really cool feature. So we got all our options. We click on the filter. We get the slider. We're sliding it over. Okay, 270, 241, 222. Okay, that's the range that they're comfortable in. Bam. Now it's just got those 6 results. Awesome. Pretty slick. Next thing is you can sort by premium or carrier. So before it was always only sorted by premium. So down here at the bottom of the filter, the last filter that we're adding is you can show it. This is determining what order you're showing the results in. Do you want the cheapest at the top to most expensive? Do you want it to be in alphabetical order and then ascending or descending? You can do this in our web platform, and so we wanted to add that here as well. Just kind of helps you, you know, let's say you run a lot of different health categories and you want to see all the carriers' health categories side by side or something like that. Like you've got protective with table B, standard plus, or they don't have a standard plus, preferred plus, and you want to see all those or whatever it is. So now we're changing it to carriers, so you can see now they're in alphabetical order. So here we've got the 2 products, the prime term, the promise term from Pacific, protective, we've got their classic choice, custom choice, so we've got kind of got them side by side. So we've really changed the order of the carriers. We can also change it to ascending order, so it's like most expensive to cheapest, the other way around as well. So that's what we've got here. So that's a new filter that was never in the mobile app before. That's something we've added as well. So that is all the new features that are coming. We're so excited about this, and I'm sure a lot of you are wondering when these are coming. So so I'll just announce that first. January 2nd, 2019. So that's when we're rolling this out. So just about a month and a half away, little over a month and a half, right after Christmas. So the way this will work, anyone who buys a mobile app with us now, between now and January 2nd, when their app launches, it will have these new features. So don't feel like if you've been considering getting a mobile app with iXN and building it for your agency, you have to wait till after January 2nd. No, if you buy it now, it will launch because it takes a little time to build them. Um, you will launch with these new features. All those who are currently clients of ours, who currently have mobile apps with us, once we roll this out, we will be rolling this out for you, for your agents, in your app at no extra cost. So this is a free upgrade to your platform that we're adding. We really want to add value to the products that we have. We want to make it better for you. We want to make it work for you. This is a free value add that we're adding to you. We're really excited about this. I think this is going to add a lot of functionality and a lot of enhancement to our platform, but it also allows us to really expand on what our platform does. So a lot of you may think, hey, this is kind of like an end result. No, this is just the beginning. So we spent the last 2 years really revamping our entire platform, and the whole thing has been revamped now. So now it's all enhancement moving forward. So we're really excited about some other cool things coming that I can't talk about just yet, but stay tuned. They will be coming, and we will do more webinars. We will be announcing other things coming with some cool partnerships that we're doing with other awesome tech companies in our industry. We're doing some. We're going to be adding a lot more product enhancements to our platform. A lot of cool stuff is coming, so stay tuned. Thanks for joining and watching. If you're interested in building a mobile app for your agency and you don't currently have one, please reach out to me or anyone on our team. Here is my contact information. You can connect with me on LinkedIn, follow me on Twitter, tweet at me, or just give me a call or shoot me an email directly. My name is pronounced Lasse Young. I know it doesn't look like it. I mentioned earlier that I'm an immigrant. I'm originally from Denmark, so that kind of explains that. But yeah, reach out to me. Call our 1-800 number on our website. We've got live chat on there. All of it will go to our team. We've got a great sales team that'll help you out, demo this platform for you, and find a good fit for you. So thanks for watching, and look forward to talking to you soon.